So the Royal Rumble just passed, Elimination Chamber is coming up, and WrestleMania is on its way here. It's only like 2 more months or so anyways. There have been some rumors on what matches might happen, what might not happen, who will face who. So I'm just going to go through like a prediction almost, a match card that I think might happen, like realistically might happen, or just I may be completely wrong, so whatever. A lot of matches have been pretty much confirmed, whether or not they actually said on TV or not, you pretty much know it's going to happen. So the two, one of the only ones confirmed is John Cena versus The Rock. Everybody knows that. That's building up for a year. That's going to be the last match of the night, the main event. What recently we saw on Monday Night Raw was the Undertaker comeback. So it looks like it's going to be Triple H versus the Undertaker for a third time. Now, I for one am one of those fans that don't want to see this. It's third times. They wasted a year pretty much of building up somebody to face the Undertaker. They had a whole year and they didn't do nothing. They could have built somebody. They could have built like Wade Barrett. They could have built Del Rio, somebody to take on the Undertaker. I know, it won't be believable, but if they build them the right way, it could have been at least semi-believable that a younger superstar could have taken out the older Undertaker. So, and I think it's probably unfortunate that Mark Henry got injured, and his push got like a little bit derailed because I think he was probably another person that might have been challenging the Undertaker's streak. But it looks like Triple H is going to be facing the Undertaker again. Now, whether or not this involves a storyline with John Laurinaitis, where Triple H was about to fire him on Raw, saying that he let his emotions, control him in making his decisions, that he had to be relieved. Now, Triple H will seem like a hypocrite if he takes over the Raw GM and letting his decision, his personal input of him facing the Undertaker wanting to end the streak affect him in his Raw general manager status. So that might play into the storyline. Johnny Ace might stay in power while Triple H pursues, ending the streak. Maybe he just deny it altogether and maybe a big swerve. I don't know. But there's also the Shawn Michaels effect. John Laurinaitis could say, "Oh, I'm gonna, give you a special guest referee." People think it's gonna be him because of his, managerial status in the Royal Rumble match between him and CM Punk. But it's like, oh, it's not going to be me. It's going to be Shawn Michaels. That might throw it. They need something, whether it's going to be career for career-ending streak, whatever. This match needs something extra for it to be, for people to care about it. Because why would I care about another match only to see if Triple H's ego will get to him and he'll be the one to end the streak? That it will be Triple H, after all these years, after the third time charm, to be ending the Undertaker streak. So, who knows? We'll see where that goes. Now, one of the two heavyweight championship matches, I'm predicting, like as most people are too, CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. However, Jericho did not win the Rumble. He's in the Elimination Chamber with Punk and the others. So if he loses, if Punk retains that championship and goes into WrestleMania as champion, then why would they have to make a good story to why Jericho gets the #1 contender spot, whether it be in a match the next night on Raw or whoever. And it's gonna be weird if both Elimination Chamber matches, both champions defend and hold on to their title. So I think one of them is losing. So I think Chris Jericho might actually win the Elimination Chamber match, become champion, rub it in CM Punk's face that he's the best in the world at what he does. And then then CM Punk will get his rematch clause at WrestleMania. So I think that's like a perfect way to set up a rematch, and no strings attached, no stupid tournaments that seem too predictable. So there you go. I think Chris Jericho is gonna be at WrestleMania the champion defending against CM Punk, because it's much better when the babyface chases the heel for the champion. It's much more interesting and a lot more intense. So next match, Sheamus won the Royal Rumble. Kind of a lackluster Royal Rumble. There's some good spots with Karma and, Mick Foley and Santino with the Cobra and Sacco. But he's going to challenge, I guess, is the World Heavyweight Champion. Now, like I said, it'll be weird for both Elimination Chamber matches to champions to hold on. So I think Daniel Bryan is going to defeat everybody in the Elimination Chamber by hook or crook. He may come in last. He may beat up like battered superstars in the ring to get the quick 1, 2, 3. But I think he's going to hold on to his belt, and Sheamus is going to challenge him for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Now, this is going to build off a story from last year where they were feuding for the United States Championship, but their match got bumped off into the dark match prior to the pay-per-view. So it's like a complete full circle. It'll be a nice, 360. No, not 360. A nice 180 from where they were last year to become one of the headlining main events in WrestleMania this year, which I think Sheamus will beat Daniel Bryan and become the World Heavyweight Champion. Because last year, both champions defended and held their titles. This year, I think both championships are going to lose and become new champions, because there's nothing more exciting than a title change at WrestleMania. So that's my opinion. So Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan, I think, is another match. Now, for the Divas Championship, it's got to be Karma versus Beth Phoenix. Karma had her baby December 29th or December 31st. One of those days. I think it was December 31st. She came back for a brief appearance at Royal Rumble. That's 4 weeks later. So I don't think she was, in top ring shape. So I think she's going to not be on TV until after Elimination Chamber. Beth Phoenix might cut a promo on Raw saying that it's nobody who can beat me, blah, blah, blah. Then, that sets up the Karma versus Beth. This is probably the match to revitalize the Divas division. Because if it doesn't, then there's no hope. Because it's all a perfect storm leading up to WrestleMania. They're going to put on like a great match, given some time, and no stupid stipulation like a Lumberjill match. Just have them two go at it. Give them you only need 10, 11 minutes for that match, and then go to town. Karma becomes the new champion. Or have Beth, defend the championship and extend that feud. So we'll see how that. But I do think Beth and Karma will be a match at WrestleMania, and I'll look forward to that match because that'll be a sick match. Now, that's 5 matches. Last year's WrestleMania had 7 matches, so I don't want to put 25 matches and not realistically be them. So there was also a rumor going around that Shaquille O'Neal was striking a deal with WWE to be on WrestleMania and to have a program with Big Show. Now, if this does happen, there's always a celebrity involvement, so I want to put it past them. So I'm going to put this match actually happening, and that's Big Show versus Shaq. The only thing is, you would have to turn Big Show heel, because usually they can't have both be babyfaces, because then there wouldn't be no heat around it. So they would have to turn Big Show heel. Maybe at Elimination Chamber, he loses the match. He sees Shaquille O'Neal in the ring, on the sidelines, whatever. They get into a little tussle, then build up, just like they did with Floyd Mayweather a couple years back, where Big Show was the heel on that one too. So this is gonna get a lot of play on ESPN, get a lot of attention to it. So it'll be good for WWE exposure, since they always do this. So that'll be Big Show versus Shaq for match number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6. So maybe 2 more matches. I don't know if Wade Barrett and Randy Orton are going to have a match at WrestleMania, because I know they had one on SmackDown, which Wade Barrett lost, where mostly the big pay-per-views, when they've had it, that Wade Barrett has lost. So if they're going to have this match at WrestleMania, then Wade Barrett should win it, because if Orton's going to win and just bury him again, then there's no point to it. So if Orton does have a match against Wade Barrett, I would expect Wade Barrett to win to further elevate him, because all these losses to Randy Orton, like Dolph Ziggler, how he lost to Randy Orton, just doesn't make sense. But I know that's WWE and the super faces. So the only curveball is if they decide to put the title on Orton and have Sheamus challenge him, but face versus face. It has worked in the past, but I don't think they would do that. So I think it's Daniel Bryan is going to keep the title, and I don't think Orton's going to win the title there. So Orton versus Wade Barrett. Now, this is my guess. There's rumors where Money in the Bank is coming back. So if it is, that's probably going to be the last match, because with that, that'll make it 8 matches, and that's a pretty solid lineup for, pretty full lineup for the 4 hours in WrestleMania. So Money in the Bank, I would expect both mid-card champions to be in it, because you could replace Orton and Barrett with Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes Goldust and put Orton Barrett in the Money in the Bank, but I'm just going to go with this one, where it's going to be The Miz Jack Swagger, Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, Alberto Del Rio if he's back and healthy, and Kane and Zack Ryder. Because I don't think Kane and Zack Ryder would have a match by themselves on WrestleMania with all the other matches. I think they could deal with their feud within that Money in the Bank. You know, Zack Ryder can get a WrestleMania match in, and so could all these other guys who don't have like a feud going in. So, and R-Truth. So Kofi, R-Truth, Miz, Alberto Del Rio, Jack Swagger, Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, Zack Ryder, and Kane. Maybe another guy or two. And I would expect Dolph Ziggler to win the Money in the Bank because he's been very close championship material in his matches. Last year's Royal Rumble with Edge, this year with CM Punk. So, and they haven't really put him over the hump yet of winning the title. And I think this is a perfect opportunity to win the Money in the Bank. He can drop Vicky, drop Swagger, and say that I'm Money in the Bank. I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. I'm golden. I'm cash. I'm the best. And then give him the title later on, a couple months down the road. Because after WrestleMania, anybody can become champion. It's only when Survivor Series hits that they really plan for WrestleMania. So I think it's perfect time for after WrestleMania for Ziggler to become either heavyweight champion or WWE champion. So I would expect Dolph Ziggler to win there. Maybe Kane or Zack Ryder getting like a close call, getting a hand on the briefcase, or Miz too, or R-Truth, whoever. So that's who I think. So 8 matches there. That's what I predict the WrestleMania card might look like. A few matches might be added, some taken out, some swapped, some opponents might be switched around. No tag team title matches because ever since Air Boom got defunct, then the WWE tag team titles have gone back into obscurity. So it's kind of a shame because I was looking forward to good tag team division again. But there may be renewed focus on the Divas division and a couple great matches. So overall, this would be a very solid WrestleMania match, and I would be happy to see it. It will be much better than last year's, because last year's a lot of the matches were just garbage. But overall, there you go. WrestleMania. Your thoughts, your opinions, who you think, and whatever. So until then, catch you guys later.